Right, I've achieved the fit that I want, and I've measured it to length. I've got the scribe line there. You see it? I've marked that way. I'm going to cut it with a jigsaw, so I'm going to cut on around that blue line. I've marked it all the way around. It's not square because that face and that face are not square. It's just whatever it is. It's just wherever it is. That's what that is. That line does not square to anything. It's no reference. It's just put that in there. Hold it right to the edge. Don't push it inside. Hold it right on the edge there. Offer that up. Get some light on the subject. Get that in there. Right. Offer that up and scribe a doodle. Okay. That's what I've done. And I'll scribe it from inside with a knife. So I'm going to cut that now. And it's only important on this face that I get it accurate. It can do whatever it likes at the back. Yeah. This is the inside face, and I want to make sure it hits perfect over there. The less filler I have to put in, the better. I've just got to make up the things like I did with that one. Just make those up, bang them in, get them in. I'm going to plane this now. It's dry now. I think I can plane it. No, this bowed up in the middle. When I came back to have a look at that, it had bowed in the middle. It actually lifted up. So anyway, it's been outside. It's still wet there down there. Look, you see it. But I think there's enough there for me to plane that and get it flush. And install it, because that's what I want to do today. State of play. I've just brought my daughter back from work, and that's what time it is. Well, I set off at 5, and I've just got back, and I've just finished planing, sanding that. Get these edges still a bit rough there, because the gauge line's there. You see, so that's the gauge line stuck up. Just the bottom edge of the gauge line. It looks like this, exaggerated. The gauge line. When you do a piece of timber and you gauge it, when you put that needle in and you gauge, you get that. Right, that's what you're getting. And my needle looks like that. My needle looks like that on one face. And that's the distance that I measured. So when I do it, my needle doesn't do that. It does this. And then the bottom edge is flat. And this is like a razor blade, that bit. And that's what this is. That's that bit. Because I'll do it this way, and then my flat part of my needle rests there. And this is just a razor blade. It really is. It's just my fingers, and this cherry, I bloody struggle to get it back out. So I've got to remember not to run my finger up that, because it's just lifting a little bit. But keep sanding it. I'll sand a bit more. Then I'm going to crisscross it, and we're going to glue to this face, and we're going to glue to that face, because this is just long grain and it's lovely wood. Then we're going to drill holes. I'm going to drill holes from the back on that one. Yeah. Because that's the only one I can drill the holes in. And then once I've located it, I'm going to put a dead stop there to stop it falling in. I'm going to put a dead stop here and one there. And then when I push it in, it won't fall out the other side. And it'll be in the right place. What I want to do, I want it to land there and here. And those dead stops will help me. I don't want to have a lip on the inside that I've got to sand back. That's the inside face, by the way. All this is inside. That's inside face. Yeah, they may not be lining up, but this piece will line up, because I'm going to put a piece of timber from there to there and a piece of timber from there to there, and they'll just go as close as they can. And all I'll have is a very faint filler line in there, which all that's going to be sanded anyway. All this is going to be sanded. I'm just going to sand it because it was so difficult. I just wanted to get it in, get this thing stable. And they weren't prepared to wait for it to sand it. All these pieces I have, because they're difficult to get. I can't get into there. This one I'm not too fussed about. So now I'm going to cut this to very, very close, and then I'm just going to I can't shoot it, it's not 90 degrees. I'm just going to hit it with my privet knife and just privet the file and just sand it down a bit. Sand a little taper that way so that it can go in. And I'll put it at the back, I'm not bothered. Right. I'll make those. Scrape all that out. I'll do it now. That rusty, remember? If you remember that, that's where I used to scrape all that out of there. Look, and I've tied it up. Look, it's come up beautiful, and it's just that emery, not that emery. It was that. All I did is put it on there and get all the rust off. There's no rust treatment gone on it. Yeah, it was rusty as crap. Now just put that in there. Look, get all the varnish off. This is all I did. You can see me do it. All I did was that. Let's get that a little bit higher, it's out of focus. I just scraped all the gubbins out of the bottom of there. I'll do this one so you can see it. It's that difficult, let's put it that way. Not there. Right, I'll try and get it in focus now. It's sliding away, I had that backwards. Are you ready? I'll just do a bit because it's difficult. See how it's just sliding away? All I did was scrape it with this sharp edge. That's why I love these, because I can just hold them and get into places. That's why I've got a full set of these, all different sizes and all different things. They're not used, they're just only used for scraping. They're only used for doing this. Look at that, look how fine that is. You want to get a fine finish, look at that. That's like silk now. Watch the shiny bit. See this? Can you see that shine? Look how it took it off. And it's as fine as a bent scraper, one that you would bend. Yeah. It's just so beautiful. When something's sharp, it's just, you want to put your finger on that. He's got place of honour up here now. Look, it's living up there. Yeah, once they get used for something, they get their little places of honour in it up here. All these little things and that scissors needs doing. They just live up here, you know. And there's some useful tools up there. You don't look, it look like a rusty pile of crap, but it's not. These are useful tools. That's a screwdriver I made it parallel. Tried to parallel as I can. And it doesn't rack out when you're putting it in a slot. It doesn't rack back out. All sorts up there. Okay, so I'll get that cut. I'll be back.